Right, so for numbers 9 and 10, we need to determine whether each pair of figures is similar. If so, we need to write the similarity statement and the scale factor. If not, we need to explain our reasoning. So remember that for us to be able to determine that they are similar, that we have to have congruent angles, and then we have to have proportional sides. So if we look at our angles first, we can see that we have J to Q here. We have K to R. And we have L to S. And we have M to P. So we do have angles that are corresponding. Let's now look at the sides and see if they are indeed proportional. Okay, so if we start with, I'm going to start with the smallest side on this one, which is 15, and the smallest one over here, which is 9. And if I divide by 3, that is going to give me 5/3. Let me see, let me move to the next smallest over here, which would be 20. And this next smallest over here, which would be 12. And if we divide by 4, we'll get 5/3. And I'm reducing the fraction. You could be converting it to a decimal also. If I look at this next one is 24. And that's going to be 14.4. So I'm actually going to take and divide that out. And when I divide it out, I'm going to get 1.6 repeating. And if we look at what we have up here, 5/3, we know that if we converted that, that would be 1.6 repeating. So far, we are proportional. And then our last one here would be 25 and 15. And if we reduce by 5, we would have 5/3. So yes, we're going to be able to say that they are similar. And so this is where, for me, the color helps. You could just look at the markings of the angles, whatever makes more sense for you. So I'm going to say that when I'm looking at this, J, K, L, M is similar to Q, R, S, P. And our reasoning behind that is that we have the angles that are congruent and that we have the sides that are proportional. Okay. All right, if we look at number 10, I'm going to take and move this over. Number 10, we are same directions as number 9, so I'm going to look at my angles first, and I'm going to be able to say that if we want to, we can color code them, maybe helpful later. So we could have A to U, and that would then be B and V, and then that would have to leave C and T. And then if we check the proportional, And go off to the side here a little bit and start with the smallest here, 12. It would be to the smallest here, which is 18. And if I reduce that by 6, that is going to be 2/3. If we then go to 14, and then 21, dividing by 7, that's going to give us 2/3. And then our last one here is 16 and 24, and I divide that by 8, and that's going to give us 2/3. So we could see that our scale factor is 2/3. And then if we go to write our similarity, we can say that A, B, C triangle is similar to triangle U, V, T. So there's our similarity, and there's our scale factor. And let me go ahead and try to move this down now for number 11 and 12. It tells us that they are similar, and we have to use what we know here to be able to figure out the value of x. Okay, so I'm going to set up a proportion using what I know about the similarity to be able to find the value of x. So here is my proportion that I'm going to start with. Okay. All right, so I'm going to look here and say, well, I have this 14, and the 14 is right here between the angle with 1 and 2. If I come over here and find the angle between 1 and 2, that is x plus 9. So I'm going to have 14 over x plus 9. Then I'm going to look at this one right here. This is between the 2 and the 3. 2 and 3 angle markings. That's a 10. And this one there is an x plus 6. And so now I'm able to set up my proportion. I'm going to take and cross multiply. That's going to give me 10x plus 90 is equal to 14x plus 84. And that is going to give me that 4x is equal to 6. And divide that out, and x will equal 6 over 4, which is 3 halves. Okay, if we take a look at the next one here, once again, we were told these are similar, so we are just setting up the proportion and then solving the proportion. So if I look at what's given over here, I could see that it's given that this is 6, so I'm going to start with this, 6. And I'm going to go over here and find between the angle that is 1 marking and 40. And that is right here, and that's going to be x minus 3. Then I'm going to come here and say, well, this is 12 between the 1 and the 2 markings. And I'm going to go over here and say that this is x plus 12, same, that's the side it should be proportional to. So 12 over x plus 1. And now I'm ready to solve. So I'm going to do my cross multiplication. That is going to give me 12x minus 36. And this I'm going to cross multiply. And this is going to give me 6x plus 6. And now I'm going to solve. So that's going to give me 6x on this side and 42 on that side. And I'm going to have x is equal to 7. And I'm going to stop the video here and then pick it up in a third part to do the back side of the paper.